Hi everybody, this is the view out my window on my flight home Thursday night. It is a very important weekend on the farm. We will be planting corn. While the mountains are still snow-covered and frozen, the valley where the farm is has become warm and dry. A really beautiful Friday morning. I'm doing a voiceover. The truck is so noisy, there's not much point in trying to talk while I'm driving. The contractor and the state keep making improvements to the road. It's smoother, harder, and much nicer every week. It's amazing how quickly it changes. I think the temperatures this morning were about 50 degrees, and the high that day got up in the mid-70s. To the right is where some logging happened a year or two ago. It is so wonderful to have this great road to access these resources. To put things in perspective, before the upgrades to the road, the 6-mile trip from town out to the farm could have easily been a 30 or 40-minute drive. Now, with the updated road in an average car or small pickup, you can make the drive in somewhere around 10 minutes. A great improvement. And after the bridge upgrades this fall, the trip will be even faster and safer, which is a very good thing. Okay, I guess that's enough of the dusty road. Let's get to the farm and get to work. We only need to get 6 inches, maybe, 8 at the most.
I don't think you're going to go that deep. So.
That's what I mean. We're not.
We're able to go that deep, I should say.
Yeah, I already looked at all those fittings, seeing if something would work for the dozer. It's all different stuff. So many different types.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Okay, that's a kind of. I don't think the harrow's going to do any better. It'll go deeper maybe, but. Really catch
Well, you might be able to get a bigger pile in there.
Maybe. Let's see what this looks like here first.
Barn's going to go test and see how far we can get into the ground. We're going to try to get plants in this weekend. So we're just tilling it up.
Now up to this point, we've used a dozer to move off the big trees and the mulcher to grind up all the brush and any roots we can get a hold of and anything else. This left a fair bit of debris on the ground, so we were coming through with the box blade at first. The tines on it go down 6 inches or so, and would come along and use it like a rake to pull them all to a pile on one end of the field or the other, and take the mulcher and go around and chew those up to disperse them and get rid of them. Kind of a slow process, not exactly the ideal way to make this work. After a bit, I switched over to the chisel plow, which seemed to do as good or a little better and a little wider swath. Again, just trying to get all the debris off and as much out of the way so we actually can use the rototiller on it. The ideal thing to do would be to use a disc and turn it over, but the disc and larger tractor are not here yet, so we're just making do so we can get a crop in.
Switching.
Really can't say enough good things about the John Deere iMatch. It is easy to use, works great, and makes changing implements so simple, switching from one to another. A real joy to use. It is May 19th. Beautiful day. Going to be the mid to upper 70s today. 75 or 77, I think they were saying. Bit of a breeze. Hopefully today and tomorrow, or at least get some corn in. We'll find out. Been a pretty good day so far. A little bit of a slow start as usual, rounding everything up. You know, you try to be organized and yeah. Anyways, Dave's out mulching more. Adrian's run to town to get a part for the dozer. Seems to be standard procedure. So anyways, I'll get out there and get some work done, and we'll see how it looks. Later in the day, pick up stick. No. Let's see. Well, there's what it's looking like. It's been cleared the longest. I guess about 2 weeks now. This patch. So the frost has gone out of it. It's still a little wet down on the bottom end of this field, so maybe we can do something with that next week or later on in the week. We will see what happens. You can see here it's still a little squishy on the end here. So now the plan is go back and forth and try to get out any roots that we see. Putting them in piles around the edge of the field, and the mulcher's coming along and just chewing them up just to get rid of them. It'd be nice to let this set for a year and let it break down, take the disc and chop it up. But at the moment we're just trying to get enough done so we can get something in here this weekend. Watch it grow while we work on the rest of it. Yeah, there's a few mosquitoes out today. That's okay. George is parched. This might be a good time to talk about the equipment a little bit. So we've had the little 3032E tractor for 2 years now. It's been a good little tractor. We're a little over 130 hours on it, I think. So pretty light duty for 2 years old. Haven't had any real problems with it. Does everything it's supposed to do. And then the Cat 299 D3 XE land management. It's over 200 hours. And so far it has been flawless as well. Had a little event with the door on the mulcher being kind of out of time. Not quite sure what happened there, but we got that adjusted. And it's actually pretty easy on fuel for the size. And it has the hammer teeth on it, so it's definitely not real fast about mulching, but there is virtually no wear on the teeth, especially in just this wood dirt combination. There are no rocks anywhere around here. So now the next step is pick out any of the remaining large sticks that might give the rototiller some grief. And since we have a tractor and a rototiller, we'll go ahead and rototill this area. It's gonna be a little slow, but the disc is not here yet that was ordered. So it's the next best thing. We will rototill it up and then hopefully be planting tomorrow. Since we put a biodegradable plastic mulch down, it would not be a lot of fun in the wind today to do that. So hopefully first thing in the morning when it's calm, that'll work out best. Now when it comes to clearing farmland, everybody has an idea of what the best way is. Keep picking sticks while I talk to you. Everything from just using a bulldozer, excavators, you name it. The combination of down timber and 8 or 9 year old growth in here is a little challenging. So the choice was to go with the mulcher, a grapple, and we do have the old dozer. For this particular year, we're hitting it pretty hard and we're not necessarily being super efficient, so we can get something in and then we'll go ahead and regroup as we continue on. But I'll flip it around for you. But the end result's pretty nice. And in this terrain, one guy working, it looks like it's maybe an acre a day, give or take a little, to get it to this condition. And that's pretty good for one guy. There's still some stick picking needs to go on out in there. I wouldn't necessarily want to plant directly into it, although I think you probably could. But once it's disced up and turned up, it should be pretty good. George has gone to smooth out the road coming in. It's pretty rough. So while he waits for Dave to catch up to him. Okay, it's 7 p.m. I guess the night crew is on. We have yours truly. And then in the skid steer now is Adrian. Oh, I guess I can hold on it. She's finishing up some little piles. We just hooked up the rototiller. George made his first pass. Looks like it's probably going to be a couple of passes on this. So again, lots going on. George and Adrian. Okay, at the dozer, had a hydraulic line break several days ago. Need to get the line put on, get it back in service. So, yes, this is hydraulic fitting number 2. So we have fitting, it's just this little one right there. There's a plug shoved in it. It's for the tilt actuator ram. It's a little after 9 o'clock. As you can see, the skeeters are out. The sun is going down. Well, it's got a little ways to go down. Adrian's just shut down the mulcher. I have all my friends. Skeeters will carry you off.
Yes, they will.
A lot done today. This section's been rototilled once, and then we'll rototill it again in the morning probably, let it dry out overnight, rototill it one more time, then we'll be ready to make rows and plant. There's one more on the other side of that burn pile. I do realize all over the world people believe they have the worst mosquitoes. Well, I don't know. Adrian's taken off. I need to fill the dozer on my way out, and then I'm headed out too. It's a pretty day. Comes George. We're shuffling vehicles around and brought the dogs out to...
Ooh, Dusty. You want to brush it off your nose?
Dusty dog. There's their George. George. Okay, today's the 20th of May. Gonna make some rows today, get some corn in the ground. Got Dave over working that away, the dozer. Your trees crunching and grinding. And Adrian is up over there working over that way with the skid steer. Brown. So there we go. Little bit cloudier today. A few scattered showers in the area. It's supposed to be like 71, 72. Mosquitoes aren't too bad yet. Okay, got the hiller on. So this will make us a hill to plant into. I'll set the tripod up so see if I can get some video of that for you guys. A little windy today, but it's okay. Nice day. Okay, thought I'd do a little sped up across the field video. Kind of cool to watch the tractor zip back and forth. The job really didn't take that long in reality, but it's kind of cool to watch it sped up anyways. Hope you enjoy. Okay, got rows made. That didn't take long at all. So a particular tool comes from Everything Attachments. Oh, let's see. Does a wonderful job. They have some great clips on YouTube showing them using this hilling tool. Does really, really well. They were great to work with, great to get it shipped. Virtually everything on it is made in the USA. There's a couple of items, I think the discs come from China. And of course, I've had this one a couple years, so they may have even sourced that elsewhere. But anyways, does a good job. If you're doing much at all, it sure doesn't take long to put the rows together. It's a little wet on that far end, so I left about a quarter of it alone. May do something with that next weekend. So we'll get some fertilizer on this, the drip tape down, and get it covered in plastic and get it planted. Okay, got fertilizer on the rows, and we are going to do drip irrigation and we'll feed it through that, but making sure it has everything it needs to be successful. Next is laying out the drip tape, get that on, and then we'll get the plastic on top, get it held down, and then we can plant. And the particular planter we have will punch through the plastic to plant, which is kind of cool. Hopefully the wind isn't too bad. Dave's over working on the other side. There's a little draw over there. Okay. Here goes Dave with the dozer. It was lunchtime. Kind of going around getting some trails punched in, figure out what's good, what's bad. You never know till you get out in it. Okay, been working on the drip tape. First run down. So just got set up on sawhorses. There it is. About 20 more rows to go. What is today, the 21st?
Yep. May 21st. Planting corn. Got the irrigation going. Water's running. Melons and cucumbers and squash. Some dill. Tomatoes. And other plants. This is early glow sweet corn that he's planting. Windy today, a little bit, just picking up. Okay, well, I'm gonna get back to my watering and finish planting the pumpkins and the gourds.
Adrian is putting in some plants that we started inside. Dave is capping off the ends of the drip tape. Corn's planted, drip tape's in, we have a pump running. Make sure it all works. The corn probably really doesn't need water for a week or two, but because the ground's moist enough. Then on the other side, so that side over there is the sweet corn. This side over here is some melons and things, and then it'll be the dent corn or field corn. Again, just a little patch. Trying something out as much as anything. The days are projected to be high 60s or mid 70s for the next week or two, which is ideal. A little breezy today, but that's okay. The planter we're using is the Poly Planter Junior by Ferris Farms. It plants most any seed. They'll even custom build a seed plate for you if you have a particular size of seed. It plants through plastic and does great in wet, sandy, any kind of ground. It's awesome. Daniel, one of our friends, has come over with his tractor to help out. He's grappling up some debris in the pile. His wife Christy making sticks to mark everything. Adrian is planting some melons. And Kalua, the dog, is taking it all in, supervising. Capping off the ends of the drip line. Okay, corn is in, irrigation's hooked up. Sunday, about 2:30 on the 21st. We'll come back in a week and see what we got poking up. The corn that's not under plastic may take a little longer than a week to emerge, or 5 days. We'll see. We sure appreciate everybody watching and subscribing, and we're excited to show you what's going on with the farm. See you next week.